Good day, everybody. Nice to see you all coming in through the door, and welcome to all of those who are watching on YouTube as well. Hi, guys, on Zoom. That's great. We've got a nice little class starting up. We've got a minute or so to go before we start. So we're doing IELTS writing, task 1, general training. Let's see. Oh, who have we got on? That's nice. Good morning, Mafuti. Yeah, good morning indeed. Isna, hello there. Esperanza, Namita, and Brenda. That's nice to see you all. Maria, Pramod, Mary. Hi there again. Nice. Natalia. Cool. Hi, Jay. Ahmed from Algeria. Sid, I'm all the way from Algeria. Right. Magic. Lynette, Farhin, Remy, Dia. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see I'm chatting to those who are just joining the class. Hi, Muhi, Malaysia. So I've got a little chat box up here so we can talk. So try and join us on Zoom another time if you can. Oh, the floods. Thank you, Jay, for asking. Yeah, we've had some really bad floods in central Vietnam. It's getting cleared up, but a lot of destruction, a lot of people, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people without a home. And, it's pretty serious. And more rain and so on. But thank you for asking. Hello, Kinga. Joanna from the Philippines. Another one from the Philippines. Nikki too. Okay. Bailey said, so Bailey took the class last week. He said, I got swept away. No, I didn't. Oh, she was on the speak-in list. No, I didn't get swept away, but we did get quite a lot of flooding, but everything's all right now. That's great. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's good. In fact, we even got a bit of sunshine today, which is nice. All right. Now, before we start the class, I wanted to show everybody something, particularly those of you who are joining us free here. We've got a special offer on for the next week. Actually goes until the 15th of November, especially for those of you who are taking your test in the near future, maybe even less than 30 days. So our special Showtime package, we've already got lots of people who joined, and it's been great having you guys on board. Just $89. All right. And that's what you get. You can see you got a study planning session with a teacher to start with, a one-on-one tutorial, a study plan for that whole 30 days. You get a mini mock test, these live classes, unlimited live classes, and you get more than that. All right. Basically, you get lessons with overviews, methods, and practice. And also, you can sign up for speaking and writing assessment as well. And you can also buy extra tutorials at a reduced price. So that's basically what you got. So if you think it's a good idea, I'll remind you as we go on another couple of times during the lesson. And if you like the lesson, you might think about joining us. Thank you all those guys who have already joined us. Hello, Prince. Hello, Sarah, Suvadeep, Amandeep. Great to have you on board. Time to start the lesson, I think. We've got a few people in. Here we go. All right. Now, as I mentioned, the chat box, that's the way we talk to one another, and you in the class can talk to one another too. So we've had some nice little instances of people giving advice, particularly those who've taken the test already, helping people to get ready for this test. All right. So what else? If you need some more help, I've mentioned you can get writing for your feedback, and you can also, once you've done some practice, I suggest, and you have an idea of how well you're doing, but you need some more specific advice, then you can take a tutorial. So that's 45 minutes with someone like myself or Sasha or Anna, a whole range of tutors around the world, some in Europe, in Brazil, Australia, and in Asia. So that's what we're offering, so that you, with your writing, which is challenging, is it not, for IELTS, so that you can get as much help as you can, so you can get the score you want. All right, so what are we doing today? Well, it's our live class on writing task 1, general training. We're just going to preview the task and do a little bit of analysis. Now, analysis, why do we want to do that? Well, we want to make sure that we know what the examiner is expecting, what the task is asking us to do. So that's an important thing, to spend a little bit of time at the beginning of the test or your practice doing. We're going to do a full timed mock test, and I'm going to take some of your work, put it onto my whiteboard here, and have a look at it. So you can see how well you're doing, and others can learn from what you've been writing, either from the good stuff or the stuff that I have to change. All right. And then we got a full sample task at the end, an example of the letter. All right. Q&A. Q&A basically happens during the lesson. So if you've got a question or a doubt, hey, Chantan, if you've got a doubt, pop it into the chat box and let's help you. Often the questions you have are questions that other people were thinking about asking but didn't. So it's often very helpful for others in the class if you ask your questions. Hi, Hina. Hey, Apurva. Hi, all. All right, so Jay is saying, apart from minor differences in greetings, he is saying, and signing off, can we consider formal and semi-formal as the same type of letter in terms of writing? Yes, I think that's a very good point to make. There is not a great deal of difference between the two. Of course, in your addressing the person, you may know the name of your landlord, for example, so it becomes semi-formal. Thanks for the question. That's great. Everybody can see things, I hope, in the chat box. Make sure everybody can see. Can you all see the chat box okay? Everybody seeing everything else? Hi, Hui. Good, good. Thank you for telling me. That's great. Let's move on. Let's get going. Time is ticking. Now, simple method for addressing the task 1. Analyze and plan. Follow the structure. I'll have a look at that. Have a think about what the examiner wants to see. So that means looking at the criteria, and we have a simplified version of the band descriptors, which is what the examiner uses to mark your work. And of course, check your work. Okay, one of your favorite activities, checking your work. How do you do it? Do you do it as you go, paragraph by paragraph? Do you leave it till the end and check everything? Have a think. We'll talk a little bit later about different ways of checking to make sure that you are minimizing your errors and at the same time answering the question. Hi, Gina. All right, let's go. On test day, this is roughly the time that you will take to do these various parts of the process. 3 minutes to check. But you could use this 3 minutes during the writing, perhaps, to read through a paragraph before you go on to the next one. We're going to, in this particular practice, write part 1, body paragraph 1, and then look at that. And then we'll do body paragraphs 2 and 3 afterwards. So it's a little bit different from writing the test because we're not going to do the whole thing at one time. Okay, otherwise it's pretty similar. It's all timed. All right, so let's do some analysis and planning. Here is the task for today. All right. You recently organized an event that was mentioned in a newspaper article. The article had some incorrect information about the event. Write a letter to the newspaper editor and include the following in your letter. Okay, and so you've got 3 things you need to include in your letter. And you can see those 3 things there. Okay. Begin your letter as follows. Dear. Now, is this a formal or a in semi-formal or informal? Formal letter. Okay. Hi, Sarita. Formal letter. Yeah, I think I would agree. Do you know the editor? Probably not. I think we'll go treat it. Let's treat it as a formal letter, shall we? There we go. Because you never met the editor. Most likely. All right. Okay. Let's assume you don't know the editor. Let's do some planning. There we go. So first of all, as I've just done, read the prompt completely. Okay. You've got just a second or two just to have a look through that again and make sure you understand what's going on. All right. When and where the article was published, when and where, what information in the article was wrong, and what you want the editor to do to correct it. Okay. Now we're going to make some notes over the next 2 minutes. I'd like you to put your notes into the chat box so everybody can have a look, because sometimes people have shortage of ideas. So maybe you can help your fellow classmates with some of your ideas, but I'd like to see them too. Okay. So 2 minutes to plan. What are you going to write in your 3 body paragraphs, just note form. Don't start writing paragraphs yet, all right? There's always somebody who's raring to go. We'll slow down, just take our time so we know what we're writing. So 2 minutes, your plans, please, for body paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. And you can put 1, 2, 3, so I know. Okay, away you go. All right, so we've got some when it was published and we've got a newspaper. Good. Was it published in a particular section of the newspaper? That's right, Mohit. I think that would be good because you've got to write a paragraph here, so 2 sentences at least. Now, we're not yet going on to, okay, wrong topic. Good. The venue is wrong. Wrong information. Date of the event. Keynote speaker, they got a lot wrong. And publish an apology. Good. I like that, Grace. That's good. Keep them coming. Wrong services mentioned. I'm not sure what you mean there by Mafuti, but services, but I'm sure you know. Oh, that's an interesting one there, Lorinda. All right, pretty straightforward. Good. Wrong event, wrong timing, etc. All right. So you've spent time thinking about that, which is good because now you are in a position to write something. Of course, you may develop your ideas as you write, but just get clear in that 2 minutes what it is roughly that you're going to be writing about. All right. Now, before we start writing our first body paragraph, we need to do something else. We need to follow the structure first of all. Okay, so here we go. Yes, it's a good guide, this, but it may vary slightly according to the type of letter, but not much. A greeting, and we're going to go, dear sir or madam, because we don't know the editor. And then we're going to write one line which tells the person reading the letter why you're writing, the purpose of the letter. All right. So just very generally what it is. Don't get into detail. Don't write more than one line. That's all you need to do. And then we'll go on to our body 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now the third part of our strategy is to think about what the examiner may be looking for. So we look at the criteria. Now we've simplified the criteria. So you guys on YouTube, the examiner uses what are called band descriptors, which are divided into 4 criteria: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, fancy word for vocabulary, and your grammar, range and accuracy. Okay. So when you're writing, you need to be thinking about all of these, which is a lot to think about. But if you don't do what the examiner needs to look at, to see, for example, in task achievement, then you won't, or you may not get the mark you need. So you have to have a clear purpose. That's that first sentence of your letter. When you write each paragraph relating to the bullet points, there's 3 of them, remember, make sure you present what is asked in those bullet points. Make sure it's clear and that you extend it. So we're looking at 2, maybe 3 sentences for each of those 3 bullet points. Tone, formal. Not too formal, but not too informal. Don't use contractions, I'll, it's, we've. Don't use get, all right? And don't use chatty language, the kind of stuff you put in texts and emails, okay? And lastly, for those of you who like to put in lots of extra information, only write what is necessary for the letter, nothing irrelevant. So just focused on task achievement for today to make it simple for you. But you can also check what you're writing, check your essays according to these other 3 criteria later. Oh, right. So I think we're ready. We're ready to write our introduction, I think. Yeah, those of you who have an E2 language course, then you can find this checklist in your course. If you're on YouTube or whatever and you think it could be useful, take a photograph or a screenshot now. And you got me smiling too. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's do some writing. So first of all, as I said, your greeting, your introduction, and the purpose. Purpose is very important, isn't it? Because someone opens your letter, they want to know why you have written to them. Make it nice and clear. So that's what we're going to do to start with. We've got 2 minutes to write our greeting, which we already know is dear sir or madam, and then your introduction or purpose, 1 line. Pop them in the chat box, have a look at one another's, and I'll make a few comments as we go. All right, so 2 minutes just for that first part of the essay. Very nice, Amandeep. I'm writing this letter to bring your attention to the wrong information published by your newspaper about an event organized by me last week. Wrong information? Great. Incorrect would be nice too. Dear sir, madam. Yep, we're going good, dear sir, madam. Not wrongful information, Apurva. Wrong or incorrect. And to request you to take prompt action, not a prompt action. Good day. You can't start good day there. I don't know whether that's the beginning there, Ednalin. I'm writing to suggest a correction for the article published in your newspaper. Correction 2 there, Sonali. I'm writing to let you know that information published on newspaper, in newspaper article, in a newspaper article was incorrect. Ken, there we go. I'm writing this letter to bring your attention to, not about, a false claim which your press mentioned. Press, your newspaper. Press is a general word for the newspaper industry. Dear Sir, Madam, recently was a something, Carter, at the government official event where my service is. Right, don't go into detail there, Mafuti, just generally why are you writing? I'm writing to bring to your attention the wrong information posted in your newspaper. All right, good. So there's a few. They look very good. Some little changes. Be careful of your grammar. Be careful of your prepositions. They are so difficult in English, but check them. If you know that you make mistakes with them, watch how you go. All right, so we've got a few little introductions and so on. I'm sorry I can't look at all of them, but I will look at some of your paragraph 1s, and we're going to do that now. Your body paragraph. We get 4 minutes for each. So let me just remind you of what we're doing. I'd like you to write your body paragraph number 1 only, all right? Put a 1 in it so that it helps me. And then I can take those and put them on the whiteboard after our 4 minutes and look at them and help you. So just body paragraph 1, take your time, all right? Check your grammar, make sure it's clear. Make sure you are only writing about when and where the article was published. You might like to put the section of the newspaper or something like that, because you've got to extend it. Remember, you've got to extend your answer. Okay, 4 minutes, and then we'll check them out. So Ankor, you need to write a little bit more. Can you extend that? Chintan as well. If that was your body one, just put a body one so I know it's your body one. Don't start writing about what was wrong with the article in your body one. Mifraz, sorry. Just keep to when and where the article was published. Good start there, love. Keep extending it. Another sentence. Same with you, Farheen. Needs to be longer. Keep extending it. Again, Naresh, you've started going into body paragraph 2 there. Just keep it when and where the article was published. Again, Mirza, you've gone into a large discrepancy, okay? Just keep it simple. I know there's a temptation, isn't there? You want to go and say, what was the problem? So we need to extend this, when and where the article was published. That's reasonable, Amandeep. That looks good. Okay, so I'm looking for paragraphs to take, nice, well-developed paragraphs. Blessing, that's looking promising. All right, so here we go. Paragraph 1, body 1. This is Apurvas. Now, I can't see the chat box when I'm here, so I'm afraid I can't see any of your comments. When I bought your Daily Times on last Monday, I think just last Monday was good, there was an article based on the volunteer work, on the volunteer. We don't know which, just on volunteer work. We're not sure which volunteer work, which is being carried out to supply supplemental medical supplies. It was on the editorial page, and it was written by Thames. Initially, I relied on the facts presented in it until I met my friend, who was a part of the organizing committee. All right, Apurva, that works pretty well. I mean, you haven't gone into detail, but you said where and when it was last Monday. Good start. Thank you. Well done. Let me have a look. I've just got a list of people. Okay, let's have a look at blessings. Okay, I'll try and do 3, 4, maybe 5 of these before we need to move on. So Blessing said, I recently organized the Girl Child Education Seminar. Oh, I like the sound of that. That sounds great. Which was held on 14th of October, 2020. I was surprised to see that there was information is uncountable, so we need to put a was. Some wrong information when the article was published in the Daily Times newspaper on the 15th of October, 2020. Very clear. I understand exactly what you're saying there, Blessing. Well done. Let me just find another one. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at Amandeep's. Now, you might notice here that Amandeep, well, see what you think. Does she just talk about when and where, or does she go into what the problem was? The event was organized on the 1st of November in Victoria Park, London, followed by an article by your newspaper Times. I think we're looking at unless it was by the reporter, all right? By your newspaper Times reporter, New Roman, maybe, I don't know. When I read the article, small I, was so disappointed by the amount of information provided by your newspaper. The article was located on page number 4 in events, right, in the events part better section of the paper. All right, you've started to go into detail, but not too much. So I think we're okay there. All right, because you're going to tell us in body paragraph 2. All right, let me scroll down. So what I'm doing here, all you YouTubers, is I am scrolling down in the... Oh, let me put my video in, sorry. I'm scrolling down into the chat box. I'm looking for another one. Okay, so let's have a look at Sarita's. Here we go. So Sarita wrote, I'm part of organising committee for the event Wellness for Community that was hosted by Green Arrow, a non-profitable organisation. In the last Sunday's home edition, I noticed the series of steps that was actually incorrectly stated. This may lead a serious misconception among the public. All right, so as I read that, Sarita, you may have noticed that there was 1 or 2 things we need to change, right? I'm part of the. Now, everybody can be checking these article things. There's a great grammar session, great grammar live class in the E2 language course, all on articles. They are a nightmare in English, right? Very, very tricky. Part of the organising committee, because it's a particular organising committee for the event Wellness for. Now, I think I would put a capital here because it's the name of the event, Wellness for the Community. That was hosted, very nice, by Green Arrow. It's even telling you there, a non-profit, not non-profitable, but just non-profit organisation. In last, we don't put the, in last Sunday's home edition, I noticed, all right, I think we don't want the, we can't have the and a series of steps that was actually incorrectly stated. Now, I don't understand that. I'm sorry. Okay. This may lead to a serious misconception among the public. So a good attempt there, but you can see that the reader probably wouldn't understand fully what it was you were writing about there, Sarita. See if you can make a couple of changes. All right, so Farheen, this will be the last one. Sorry, I can't do any more, but it's only an hour's lesson. Here we go, Farheen's. Body 1, this event on mindfulness, I like the sound of that, was hosted at the conference room of the Hilton Hotel, Singapore on the 8th of this month at 5 p.m. It was published in your newspaper dated 9th of August in your remember, on a page, on your event page, okay, on not your event page, because you got your in the. I probably wouldn't put a capital E here. Event page of your health supplement. Very nice. I like that. See what it got. All right, let's do one more. Let me find one more. All right, so I'm just having a look down here, as you can see. Oh, Apurva's done hers again. Well done, or maybe it's the same one. So just looking for a nice, well-developed, extended one. Okay. Some people have already got their part 2s in here, their body 2s. Slow down, guys. Okay, let's have a look at Brenda's. Here we go, Brenda. Last one. Okay, so this is what Brenda wrote. The article about my fundraising event in favor of adolescents was published last Sunday in the section of upcoming events in the Times newspaper. Now, I think we could use upcoming events, and we'll just put, I think we'll just put it smaller, in the upcoming events section. So we can use upcoming events as an adjective to describe section. Very common in English. We do it a lot. In the Times newspaper. Okay, I'm really grateful that you featured my event at no cost. All right. However, now what we've got here is a comma splice. Yeah, what's that? It's using a comma to join 2 parts of a sentence together, and you can't do that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to suggest is here, we've got a really good opportunity, Brenda, here to put in a complex sentence. So I'm going to start here with one of these things. Although, subordinating conjunction. Great video that Alex did on our E2 language YouTube channel on complex sentences. Check it out if you haven't already. It's very, very helpful. Although I'm really grateful that you featured my event at no cost, but we don't need the however, it will have a negative impact if the information is not corrected soon. So you're already going into what you want the person to do, all right? So try to just extend what it says in that bullet point, all right? Rather than putting in the information, which is actually what you would like them to do, all right? Okay. But I like your language very much there, Brenda. That was good. Cool. All righty, so we're going to move on now to body paragraph 2. What are we going to do? What information in the article was wrong? Now, this is a paragraph where you can really extend, all right, your answer. So let's have a good, solid paragraph from you. And I'm just going to reset the clock. Okay, here we go. Now, so you've got 4 minutes to write body paragraph 2, and then we'll go on to write body paragraph 3 as well. So information that was wrong, and then some information on how you want the editor to make amends, all right, to do what's necessary to keep you happy and to correct it. All right. Can we make sentences using although and if in a single sentence? Yes. You mean both although and if? Well, that's certainly possible, Prince. It's going to be a fairly lengthy sentence, but yeah. The problem is if it gets too long, you start losing control of your grammar, right? So give it a go. All right, so good, Grace. Grace is already using although. Fantastic. 4 minutes. Your second and third body paragraphs, please put 2 and number 3 before numbers 2 and 3, so I know. Great. All right, you're on your way. And I hope you guys on YouTube are also having a bit of a write too. Why not? No time like the present. All right, I'll join you in a sec. Okay, so that's the end of your body 2. And move on to body 3 if you haven't already done so. Okay, we're nearly ready. Excellent. How did that go? Good. It's got some good ones. Keep them coming if you're still writing your third body paragraph. I'm just going to go back up. God, there's so much in the chat box. Where are we? I'm looking for. They don't make it easy. Goodness me. Here we go. Nearly found it. Here we go. All right. So we're going to have a look at Grace's here. There we go. Thank you, Grace, for this. So this is body paragraph 2 now we're moving into. Although the article was well written, it, however, contained a great deal of errors, which I can decipher because I'm the organizer of the event. Just commas in here. It, however, contained, which I can decipher. Now, decipher, all right. You're saying that you know they were errors because you organized the event. I'm not quite sure what you're going to put instead of decipher. Okay. Great deal of errors, which not sure. Somebody might think of another way. Because I'm the organizer of the event. Sometimes the words just don't come, do they? Some of the wrong information includes date of the event, the date, the date of the event, captured as the 5th rather than the 4th of October, okay? Given, right? Not so much captured, but given would be good. Now, if you're going to put the 4th, you need to put the 5th for consistency, okay, of October. Also, the keynote speaker, that's nice, was listed as Dr. Brown, while the right information is Dr. Peter. All right, good. Notice I like the while there. Great. Well done, Grace. So what have we got next? Who am I looking for? Okay, let's have a look at Ankur's. Now, Ankur's got some interesting information in this, has really given us a clear picture of what was wrong, I think. Let's see what you think. The article highlighted skating competition organized in this camp. Okay, the article, okay, highlighted, not quite the right word there. Perhaps stated might be a better word. That the skating competition organized in this camp had 100 plus participants from all around the city. Nice. But in reality, we had only 20 entries. This was not the major highlight of the camp, which you portrayed in the picture, along with the article. The is the most common word in English, all right? And you can see why. It's all over the place. Hot air balloon, hot air ballooning. Ballooning was the major attraction of the event, for which we had 100 plus people waiting to have the experience. Wow, they did get a lot wrong. Right, that worked pretty well, Ankur. Well done. Next, what do we got? Okay, here we go. Where it is? Okay, I think is it Lafinda or Larinda? I think it's Lafinda. Very small typeface. Okay, here we go. Lafinda or Larinda. Although the event, there we go. Good, people are starting to use these subordinating conjunctions. Don't you love them? Was organized using the generous contribution of residents in the area. We organized using, okay, using. I would put, it's okay, but something like thanks to the generous contribution of residents in the area. The writer has mentioned that a local politician donated. Past simple, finished action in the past. Donated his own earnings. Okay. Some individuals who have contributed to this event have already raised their concerns after reading the article. Very nice. And I fear that they will not join with us next year because of the misguided content in the article. Misguided is probably not quite the right word. It's a very good, okay, maybe mistaken content. Mistaken, you're looking for a different way to say wrong or incorrect information. The mistaken content in the article, mistaken. That doesn't really work either, all right? I'm going to put incorrect as being a better solution there. Great, very good. Well done, Lafinda. Okay, I'm looking for another one here, and I noticed that Navdeep did a pretty good job, I thought. Let's have a look at Navdeep's. So while I'm just copying this, all of you who are on YouTube should know that in our E2 resources, into our E2 course, there is a great deal of information, for example, on how to write these Task 1 general training essays, okay, from explanatory videos to plans, models, and also to practices. So lots there for you to do to get it right. Although the article was well legible, that, if you may not be aware, but well is a very informal way of, you can't use that, was legible. The article was legible. It's a bit strange, really, because it's printed in a newspaper. So legible means you could read it. Okay. If you went it was fun to read, or you liked reading it, was readable. All right. Or easy to read and explicit. Okay. The information regarding the background of the chief guest of the match was incorrect. Of the match. He hailed from. He hailed. Now, if you're using it's a very nice expression. He comes from. So it's present if the man is still alive, and I imagine he is. He hails from a religious and spiritual family. While it was written, it's been, again, be careful. We're using present perfect passive here. Okay. And really, we just need it was written in the article that he belongs to a political family. Ooh, dear. It is a blunder that may hurt the sentiments of his followers and ought to be corrected soon. This word blunder, again, probably we're looking at formal tone. I probably would not use the word blunder, but it's a nice one. Blunder is an error or a mistake. Good. But I rather like that one. Well done, Navdeep. Okay. And the last one I'm going to look at is Shakti's. And this is here. And then we'll search for some body paragraph 3. So again, apologies to all those many people who I'm not going to copy your paragraphs from. I was really annoyed to find out. I was really annoyed. Okay. Yeah, it's quite strong. That's all right. I was really annoyed to find out that the information about time of the event, the time of the event, was incorrect. And the name of the venue was misspelled. All right, don't need a comma there. We were in great despair. That's pretty dramatic. We are in great despair. We were tearing our hair out when the participants for our event arrived late on the first day due to this. Okay, you don't need of the event here because we know it's the first day of the event because you told us before. Due to this misconception. A misconception is when you don't understand something. So it's not quite the same thing, although, of course, in some ways it is. Due to this error, it'll be all right, something like that. Okay, but I like the word misconception. Okay, all right, goody. So there we go. That's body paragraph 2. So have a look at what you've written. Take it away with you. Have a look for your errors and corrections. Make sure that you have just written what information in the article was wrong. And everybody did a pretty good job on that one, I thought. Let's have a look. I'm looking for body 3 now. I did have a good one that I thought was interesting. Where will we go? Here we go. Oh. You've done very well on your body 2s. Actually, there's some good chunky body 2s. Amandeep's got a one. Sid, that looks good. All right. Goodness me. Where are they? Where are these 3s? Down the bottom. Body 2, body 3. Oh, we're coming up. I found one just now, which I thought was really good. I can't find it. Here we go. Hina. I don't think we looked at yours last week, did we? If we did, this is a bonus. Here we go. So Hina wrote. So we're now on to body 3 here, right? So Hina wrote, I would like you as editor, if you're going to put it's an editor, but there's only one of them. He is the editor. You could actually not even put the. I would like you as editor of the newspaper. Both work here. And I know that's why they're so tricky. To fix this error with all evidence. I do not understand with all evidence what that means. I'm sorry. Also, write now this is a formal letter. I would, okay, request that you write an apology notice. I think we're just going to put an apology, shall we? An apology would be more authentic to clear reader mind and participant here. Okay. Again, I'm not totally sure what you mean here, Hina. Also, I would request that you write, sorry about the dogs. that you write an apology to clear the reader's minds and participants. All right. Anyway, you can see a little bit of work needed on there, not quite clear what you mean. I hope that you could take, that you will take. Hope often comes with will. I hope that you will take immediate actions. Probably just action is only needed, immediate action to correct this information, because it not only concerns, okay, the reputation of our organization, but I like this, but not quite, but yours as well. Concerns the reputation. Okay. All right. Good. There we go, Hina. See if you can work out that middle sentence there. All right. So what do we got here? So I think we're getting down to the threes now. All right. There's another 2. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure who, oh, hang on, this must be, oh, Alpha. Let's have a look at Alpha's. I don't think we've looked at yours recently, have we, Alpha? There we go. So Alpha wrote this. Alpha's name is Alpha Bravo, which I always like. I think it's great. Since it badly affected our global repute and purpose. Since it badly affected our global repute and purpose. I'm not sure how it could affect your purpose. Not sure what you mean there. I would. I like the since here. Another subordinating conjunction. You'll remember that, won't you, at the end? I would request you to please, good. I would request you to please republish the article with said corrections. With said corrections. So he's talking about said means the correction I'm about to tell you. We are an independent body working for poverty alleviation, gender discrimination, and global financial assistance. Working. Okay. Working for. Now, this is tricky here. Working for. You're working for gender discrimination. I don't think you're working for it. You're working to prevent it. You're working against it. So just have a look at that last sentence there and make sure that your this working for works with all the 3 things: gender discrimination, working for global financial assistance. But I like that. That's very good. Thank you, Alpha. Let me just check what the time is. Sorry, hang on a second. Oh, come on, phone. I was just watching us on YouTube. Oh, 6 minutes too. Good. So Gina says, would you kindly update? Let's have a look at this one. I like this. Nice formal. Notice some of this formal language that some people are coming up with. It's working well. Would you kindly update the incorrect information and republish the article? That's very nice. The event was an inspiration for the society. I'm not sure what the society means. Do you mean society in general, people and so on? Okay, in which case you don't need the. I'll underline it, but I'm not totally sure. It is also highly appreciated. It would, because you're asking about something that you hope will be done, and you're asking about it to be done in the future. It would also be highly appreciated if there was. Now, it hasn't been done, so it's conditional. All right? So we're looking at something as a possibility in the future. If there was an apology note. I think just apology. A note sounds like just something you've written on a little bit of paper. All right? An apology in your article, because the main intention behind the event was wrongly mentioned. I think maybe described, something like this, rather than mentioned, was wrongly, whoops. No, not ascribed, described. Sorry. No, I don't want that. Was wrongly described. Okay. Good. Okay. Some good language there. I think that works very well. Nice formal tone. All right. Would you kindly? Very nice. Good. Okay, we're coming to the end of the class, guys. So we do need, let's find one more, someone who hasn't yet Okay, let's have what Deepak has put here. Oh, that's the bell reminding me of something. Okay, Deepak says, I will be really grateful to you for publishing About Out, the seminar, but I request you to make some important changes. Okay, I would. Okay, I would be really grateful to you. Oh, I am. Okay, I understand now. I am really grateful to you for publishing about the seminar, for publishing something, for publishing the article about the seminar. I think that's what you mean, Deepak. But I request you to make some important changes about venue and host. Now, about is all right, but better would be concerning the venue and host, which are the fundamental, comma there, the fundamental part of this seminar, fundamental part of, okay, fundamental, which are, yeah, I'm not sure what we mean here, which are a fundamental part of this seminar. This article would be really considerate for readers. I don't know what you mean there, Deepak, I'm afraid. This article would really considerate for. This article will be really important for, perhaps? Hard to know. All right, gentlemen and ladies. We are... All right, let's have a look at Mirza's. All right, last one. Here we go. So I don't get in trouble from Mirza for not putting something up there. Here we go, Mirza. Let's see what you put. I cannot stress enough that this issue needs to be corrected immediately. That's pretty strong language, but it is formal enough. And I think you'll have the editor going, oh, quick, we need to change something. And your editor must apologize for this incorrect note by republishing the article. Now, remember, you're writing to the editor here, all right? So this bit doesn't really work because you are writing to the editor. So how can we change this? I cannot stress enough that this issue needs to be corrected, and I would request that you apologize for this incorrect information by republishing the article. I'm afraid if no action, I'm afraid that if no immediate action is taken on your side, on your part will be better, on your part, we as a company will be left, because it's a future, with no choice but to. Now, this is a structure that many of you may like. We as a company will be left with no choice but to, how about that? But to file a lawsuit against your publishing house. Oh my goodness. That's pretty strong, but it's formal enough. Why not? Okay, we'll leave it there on that note, and let's move on to the rest of the lesson. All right. So if you've got to go because it's the top of the hour, I completely understand it, but we haven't quite finished yet because, let me remind you, if you're a free student today, we have got a special offer, and it's only for the next 7 or 8 days, only $89 for our Showtime package. So if you are in a bit of a hurry to prepare for your IELTS test, maybe only 30 days, not very much left, this may well be the package for you. Just have a look at what you get. A planning session with a teacher. You get a 45-minute one-on-one tutorial. You get a 30-day study plan to help you to organize your preparation for the test. You get a mini mock test and as many of these live classes as you want. Plus, you get a reduction on extra tutorials, and you could also add on speaking and writing assessments to get feedback on your writing. So how about that? You've only got another 7 days, but why not join us now? Good. Let's move on. Rest of the lesson. Whoops. Yeah, we've got to finish off. All right. How are we going to do it? Remember, it's formal. Keep it short. A simple sentence at the end. Many people know how to do this. I'll read some of them out. Okay, pop them in the chat box so we can share them with one another. So the sign off, what are you going to say? I appreciate your attention and look forward to seeing the republished article. It may, of course, depend on what you asked the editor to do, but you can refer back to that if you like. Okay, thank you for your time. And look forward. Now, remember, it's formal, so you can't just put looking forward. And I look forward to. All right. I will be looking forward. Just love, I am looking forward to, or I look forward to hearing from you with a positive response. Good, that's right. I look forward to reading your next edition with the corrected information. Very nice, Brenda. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely. Right, Ferret. I sincerely hope that we will not have to take such a okay, as Mirza says, such drastic measures, Mirza, and the problem can be resolved amicably. Would be nice. All right, you know the word amicably. Okay, good. Or soon, as you wrote. Awaiting your prompt. Now, I think it's much better if you put the pronoun in there, Fahim. I await your prompt and rectified response. Your prompt response. You can't say rectified. When you rectify, you correct something, but you're not rectifying the response, you're rectifying the mistake, right? I appreciate your time in reading this and look forward to hearing from you soon. Very nice. I like that. Very good. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing the republished article along with your apology at the earliest convenience, at your earliest convenience, Natalie. Very good. I solicit your attention to this imperative matter. Wow, Kirti, that's so formal. I'm not sure you could put that. I solicit your attention to this imperative matter. Well, I kind of like it, but it doesn't quite work. Good try, though. I'm looking forward to your swift response. I like that, swift response. Very good, Blessing. I hope you'll make the necessary corrections, because remember, you've asked him what to do. So you're referring back to the corrections that you have already written and republish the article. Great. I look forward to your prompt action regarding this issue to be rectified. Yeah, again, this rectify, Harleen, I mean, it's a nice word. You've already asked him to do this. So I think your prompt action regarding this issue, forget the to be rectified at the end. I appreciate, Subhadeep, your kind assistance in this regard and look forward to hearing from you soon. Very nice. Your immediate action in this matter is highly appreciated. Sweden, don't forget the D on the end. I'm looking forward to your next article with the apologetic statement. Yeah, you can't say an apologetic statement with your apology. Somebody can be apologetic. He was very apologetic. We can only use it to talk about people. I look forward for our anticipation in this regard. Madiha, I look forward for your anticipation. Anticipation doesn't work. Check it out. Thank you for your cooperation and support on this matter. In this matter would be better. I hope this will be addressed soon. Looking forward. I don't write looking forward in a formal or semi-formal letter, guys. Okay. Yours faithfully. Yep, that's good. Thank you. I solicit your attention. Oh, Kirti, you put it in again. All right, look, there's some good ones there. And I hope you, well, they'll all be on the recording so you can listen to them all again. Let's move on because we want to check some work. And we had a go at writing it and we made some errors. Have a look through. What can you see in the way of errors? I think there's about 8 of them. You can put them in the chat box if you like. Awaiting your immediate action in this matter. Very good, Pankaj. I like that. I appreciate your kind assistance and am looking forward to an update from you, Gina. Okay, good. Muskan, that's good, but don't put much obliged. I am much obliged to you. That will be all right. Much obliged is too short form. Yours faithfully. I will be grateful, Chintan. I would be grateful if you take this into consideration. Thank you in advance. Yeah, that's good. Isna, I will be looking forward to. I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to the corrected article. I'm looking forward to seeing or reading the corrected article, maybe. All right, how are we going with these checks? I think we should have a look because time is ticking on, is it not? All right, have you got them all? Now, we didn't talk about checking, but one way of checking which is good is to read aloud. So if you write, I'm writing regards, and I'm writing regards, and I'm writing regards, and doesn't sound right, does it? Okay. So clearly it should be, I'm writing regarding an article. So sometimes when you read your work aloud, you hear it in a way that you don't when you just read it with your eyes. So give it a go. I think it's a good way of checking your work. See what happens. It's like getting somebody else, getting your mum to read it. Say, Mum, read this to me, would you? And you go, oh my God, that's terrible. I've got lots of mistakes. Here we go. So where are the mistakes? There we are. There they are. And let's have a look at the corrections. There it is. All right. So there is our corrected letter. And that's our sample letter for today. So if you want to take a screenshot of it, you're very welcome to. There's lots of great vocabulary in there. You'll find some complex sentences, other things that you can use, all right, in a similar kind of formal letter. All right, so I hope you all enjoyed today's session, and thank you for joining us, all you guys on YouTube. Do think about joining us at Lead 2 Language, all right? Now, I've got some grammar links that you can all have if you're on Zoom. I'm just going to find them and pop them into the chat box. Okay, here we go. You can take these off and go and have a look at them. All right, lots of things for you. Complex sentences, linking words, and hey, there's one on articles. All right. For your action right, but it is written. Thank you in advance for your, yeah, there's an F missing. Well spotted. Thank you very much. Well done. Who was that? Shakti, thank you. Thank you in advance for your action on this matter. Oh dear. All right. Even the corrector got it wrong. Good. So lots and lots of stuff there. Is peeved a formal word? No, it's an informal, Muskan. It's a great word, peeved. I was peeved. No, you can't use it formally, but it's great. Cool. Thank you very much. Well, that's great. Lovely. One or two things before we go. Don't forget, so this is you on YouTube, guys. These are the kind of things that you get in your E2 course. This is on the student page. This is actually for the general course. You can see here. And you can review your formal letters here. On the left, you can see you get a mock test you can take, tutorials to book, feedback, group classes, live classes, and all sorts of things. And these are the recorded classes. You get this class in for 24 hours. You can watch it again if you really want to. But there might have been a little thing you missed out, but it can be helpful. Of course, it may be that you're asleep when the live classes are on, so you can watch them when you wake up. This is where you book your tutorials, all right? So if you want to book a tutorial with me or with Sasha, or whoever to check out your writing, then I think that's probably a good idea to do once you have done lots of practice. That means going through everything in writing task 1, getting some feedback so you know what you're doing well and what you're not doing well. And you can choose 2 skills, writing task 1, writing task 2, writing task 2 and reading, writing task 2 and speaking, something like this. Okay. Don't forget, have a look in the general academic vocabulary at the topic toolkits. Great resource. Yep, already told you that. Oh, and just the last reminder, don't forget, have a look. Go on e2language.com. There it is. I haven't got the, so I don't have the URL there. promo.e2language.com. If you go on e2language.com, you'll find it. Could be just the thing you need to get you over the line with your IELTS test if you're doing it in 27 days or whatever it is. Good. All right. If you need some help from E2 Language and you're registered with us, either help.e2language.com in your browser or hello@e2language.com. Thank you very much for being with me. It was awesome. We had a great time. Keep practicing, keep writing, and of course, keep safe. Take care, guys, and I'll see you again soon online. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow, task 2, Sunday, is a good one.